Greetings, everyone. Blessings to you all. I just wanted to present a quick note on expectation. I was just talking with a friend who was dealing with a relationship with a co-parenting relationship with her children's father, who has not contributed as he should in her life, and she was getting upset. He's around when there is some sort of celebration, and to be around and talk about how proud he is of their accomplishments and all of that, and how much sometimes it affects her when she sees this, and sometimes sees the kids like really absorbing and taking all what he's saying in, and how good it makes them feel, and how much it's just bothering her. And so we were talking about this, and I was trying to tell her that part of the focus that she has to be mindful of is what she has control over and what she's responsible for. So one of the questions I ask her is like, okay, who should be holding you accountable if you don't do what you're supposed to do as a parent for your kids? And she said, well, herself, her kids, and God. I'm like, okay, so what about him? Who should be holding him accountable? Well, himself, the kids, and God. So I'm like, do you have any role in that? No. So why are you trying to hold him accountable? Make a grown man do something that he isn't doing. You can't force him to be more involved and do what he's supposed to do. So, one, why do you have that expectation of him to even do those things when he has consistently shown you that's not what he does? And for her, it was like, well, I guess I have to or not shift, lower my expectations. Again, I'm like, not lower. Because I think if someone's behavior is consistently demonstrated in a particular way, they are already telling you what you should be expecting of them. So lowering your expectation isn't the focus. You need to shift your expectation to match up to the behavior that they have been showing you, right? So it's not about lowering expectation, because every time you lower it, you're upsetting yourself because you're still holding that person to the standard of what you think should be happening. And that's what you have written in your story, a script of this person that says this is how he or she should behave, right? And every time they don't behave like that, you get upset and you blame them for it, for not following through. Well, look at their story and the narrative that they're operating out of. In their story, do you think they have the same expectation of themselves that you have of them? I seriously doubt it. And so for them, they're not letting themselves down. They're not being disappointed. They're chilling. They are okay with where they are for the most part, right? And moving on with their lives. You are the one that's continually getting upset about them not doing what you say they should be doing. And it doesn't mean that you're wrong for having those expectations. It's just the reality is your expectations are here. They're continuing to fall short here. If this person is continuing to show you this, you need to release the expectation, accept what the reality is showing you. And that's the expectation now you should have of them. Because if they continue to operate that way, after you have shifted, you are no longer disappointed, because that's guess what? That's what you now expect of them, because that's what they continued to show. So the focus here today is not about lowering expectations to meet someone, to meet them where they are, because lowering it doesn't necessarily still means it aligns with their own expectations of themselves. Listen to their behavior. People can talk a lot and say they're going to do and they will do and next time and make all these promises. Okay? Let your actions speak, and then I will listen to what your action says. That is your responsibility. That is our responsibility when it comes to being in a relationship with someone. We want to trust their word. That's a growth process. We want people to grow into saying, what I say, I am going to do. But in a lot of cases, that's not the situation. Many of us have great intentions. We don't mean to be mean. We don't mean to be disrespectful. We don't mean to not follow through. But that is the outcome of what happens. And so we have to take, when we look at what we should expect of someone, we have to take that into consideration. as in order for us to take better care of our emotional health and emotional selves. We can't continue having this expectation when they continue to end up here. Listen to what their reality is showing you. There are messages in there. Let this go. Doesn't mean you were wrong to have this. It just means you were wrong to expect this here, when here is where reality is. Accept reality for what it is. And if this is someone that wants to grow, wants to evolve, then you set the expectation now as a goal that you're striving towards, not as something that should be replacing reality. Because reality is going to keep coming back and show you ain't going nowhere. And in your mind, you're going to keep fighting it, right? You're going to keep wanting it to go, to replace it with yours. Reality is going to keep coming back. You're going to keep doing this. And this is going to cause friction, right? And friction turns into what? Heat, right? And then heat shows up as smoke. That smoke is a symbol, a signal that tells you something is off, that you need to pay attention to. So if we are truly in tune with ourselves, we'll sense the smoke that will bring us to the friction and let us realize, okay, this is a friction that's taking place. What part of this friction I have control over? My expectations. So I release the expectation and accept reality for what it is, and I work towards what I would like things to be. If the other person doesn't want to accept, then you have to change your relationship with that person, where they are no longer in a relationship with you where they have to consistently or continually show up a certain way in order for you to function. If that person continually tells you they are not going to do what they should do or what you expect them to do, and what you're expecting is healthy, then it might be time to take a look at this relationship and see if it's a relationship you really want to be in or need to be in. So again, the focus here today, it is not about lowering expectation when someone cannot meet them, or even if they say they're going to or want to. The focus is paying attention to their behavior and adjusting your expectation to match up to their behavior. I guarantee you will begin to feel a whole lot better once you're able to do that, and stop trying to make people be what you want them to be, or stop trying lowering your expectation and still subconsciously holding on to it up here, and they still disappoint you because what? In their mind, not even this is their expectation for themselves. Let their behavior speak, or the behavior is actually speaking. You listen and adjust your expectation in your story. I guarantee this will be a happy and peaceful moment for you to go on with your life as you have to encounter with this person, whether it be a child's father, a child's mother, a parent, a friend, coworker, supervisor, employee, whomever. Listen to people's behavior. They're telling you, this is where I am. It may not be who I am, but this is where I am, and I'm not ready yet to change. It is up to us to then make the changes we need to do in ourselves where we have control. We can't control another person. Okay? So I am Warren Mitchell, and here on Instagram at warren.mitchell.inspires. I am at Journey of Self-Discovery on YouTube. And I look forward to connecting with you again. I'm going to be trying to send some more short clips and supporting you in dealing with various life circumstances. All right. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you.